A$AP Rocky speaking out after a jury found him not guilty of firing a gun at a former friend. The Grammy-nominated rapper maintained his innocence through the trial, even turning down a plea offer. Now he's a free man, reacting with emotion in the courtroom as the verdict was read. ABC legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmire joins me for more on that. Brian, the jury came back with a verdict after less than 6 hours of deliberations. What does that tell you about their take on this case?
Well, Diane, it's not just the time in which they came back so quickly, but also the fact that they didn't ask for any evidence, meaning no readbacks of testimony. They didn't need to look at the shell casing that A$AP Relly had said that he got from the scene. Nothing. This was just a discussion between 12 men and women, and they ultimately came up with a not guilty. Now, it's not a quick verdict. It's not a slow one. I would say it's somewhat in between. They had the case since Friday night. They took off Monday, but just about a little over, like you said, or a little under, sorry, 6 hours of deliberations. It tells me that they were thoughtful and they paid attention throughout the trial.
Now, prosecutors said several times during the trial that Rihanna's presence in the courtroom could distract jurors. Do you think that made a difference here?
I don't think we're really going to know until a juror comes forward and speaks. Do I think it was an extra grain of sand, so to speak, on the scale towards a not guilty? Sure, possibly. The fact that A$AP Rocky, I think he's a few months younger than myself, and I think his eldest child is a few months older than my son, who's 2.5 years old. Is a jury looking at Rihanna and the children in the courtroom and knowing that A$AP Rocky is facing 24 years in prison because one of his witnesses said that? Sure. Are they calculating that and looking at the injuries and the lack of evidence? Possibly. But I think that's just, like I said, a single grain on the scale towards a not guilty, with all the other grains of sand being the lack of evidence the prosecution can bring forward.
All right, Brian Buckmire, thank you.